Good afternoon, Des. The bad weather forecast for the weekend hasn't quite materialised here at Central Park, and despite the heavy sanding we can see there on that pitch, an attempt by the groundsman to dry out the pitch, well, he's been very successful. We have ideal conditions for good, fast-flowing rugby. Hardly a breath of wind, just a nip in the air to keep the players on their toes, and a very good crowd here to see one of the game's giants go out here at this third round. Tremendous anticipation here at the Widnes and Wigan game. There always is, Alex, isn't there?
Yes, and what's been amazing about this game is Dougie Lawton, the Widnes coach here, Ray, he's had a problem with who he's going to play number 6. He's playing Barry Dowd, and I think that is going to be a bit of a gamble. And he's put Andy Curry at number 3. I think if there's going to be a problem, it could be in them two positions.
Yes, it certainly could, and surprise, Alex, in Henderson Gill being brought back. 8 weeks out of the game, bad knee injury. Not
really, Ray. He's one of those players who doesn't need a lot of training, and he's a rubber bouncy ball kind of player. I noticed he'd made a switch and let him mark in a fire. That should be a great confrontation.
It certainly should, and I think, Alex, the confrontation in the pack, I mean, a lad like Kurt Sorensen and Graham West, 2 New Zealand Test players.
Well, I think there'll be a few pieces of raw meat thrown in the Widnes pack. It should be a tremendous battle between the two sets of forwards.
Yes, no doubt about it, and certainly these Widnes lads, they look keyed up. Derek Pike there, the 2 O'Neill brothers. A lot at stake here for Widnes. They've been leading the league for so long, but suddenly the season could go astray here at Central Park. And I'm sure there'll be a huge roar when the Wigan side eventually come out. Wigan, the best supported club in the Rugby League, an average attendance this season of over 15,000 every Sunday here, flocking to Central Park, and they haven't been disappointing. And Wigan, as we heard in Rugby League Focus earlier, no Ellery Hanley in those Wigan ranks, but coach Graham Lowe still got a very, very strong team to put before us. He lacks Joe Lydon and Dean Bell from the 3-quarter line. I'm sure those 2 backs will be missed, no doubt about it. Joe Lydon and Dean Bell have tremendous pace, but Jed Byrne there, the £40,000 capture from Salford, he's been brought in at the centre, and it's nice to see Tony Iro, the wingman there from New Zealand, recovered from concussion from the league game at Widnes last week. But Widnes too, they also lack international stars. No Tony Myler there at standoff, still troubled by knee ligaments. And what a gamble coach Doug Lawton has taken in youngster Barry Dowd there. Just left university rugby, and he's put him in the position there to mark Sean Edwards. Wigan looking to send 1 or 2 of these big forwards like West and Shelford down the middle, put a bit of pressure in midfield. Oh, that's a good ball to Gill. Yes, play on, 6 more tackles. Widnes not able to take advantage of that. Potter and Gregory. An off-the-ball incident there. Andy Gregory hit when the ball had been passed. Touch judge Mr. John Mean. Mr. Mean, himself an experienced referee, assisting Jim Smith here.
And this is what we have here, as Andy Gregory gets the ball. Just watch as he passes the ball. It comes on late here, and that's David Hume. I don't think he looks as bad as what he's making out to be.
Well, he looks to be in difficulties as Andy Gregory. And Jim Smith, well, at the scoreline, 0-0 to be sent there. I think it's to the sin bin, Alec, for 10 minutes.
And, to be quite honest, Ray, I did say that these two would be 2 little battlers right to the end. I think he's got 10 minutes in the sin bin for being caught, because the actual action didn't look as bad as what Andy's making it. He may have got a knock, but I think you'll see him bounce back up here, and it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't score off this.
Just 5 minutes to go then to the half-time. Both sides looking to put the first points on the board. Hard, cut-time rugby. Pike. That's a good switch to Sorensen. Back to Pike again. Oh, and a beautiful one-handed pass from Pike. This man can really make a ball talk in midfield. Sorensen again. A powerful forward. The sixth tackle now. Is it worth a drop at goal? I think it is, from John Myler. And it looks to be a good one. It is. Well, the old adage, never come away from the line without points, and John Myler there, 10 seasons in the game, certainly sets those Widnes fans jumping. 1-0 there for Widnes. A drop goal in rugby league, of course, only 1 point.
I think what you've got to say, just watch John Myler here, no problem, all the time in the world, time to admire his perfection and his profession, and a very important goal. I think what we've got to realise, Ray, if, for the viewers who are switching on, it's only 1 point for a drop goal, and we're not playing soccer. It's 1-0 to Widnes.
That's a good ball from Shelford. Now then, here's a 3-2 situation. Potter, really, I don't think he should have missed the man out. There is the hooter, that first half, it's all over. Referee Jim Smith putting a stop to the proceedings. Just that 1 point drop goal in the 36th minute from John Myler. An interesting game, an absorbing game, and I do think we'll have some more tries in the second half, but 1-0 for Widnes.
An unusual scoreline in top rugby league, but there it is, a drop goal, the difference between Wigan and Widnes. Widnes are leading. It's the Challenge Cup quarter-final, second half coming up live now for you with Alex and Ray.
Yes, Des, it certainly is an unusual scoreline, Alex, isn't it? But, you know, what would you have said at half-time to Wigan?
What's going to happen, Ray, is that obviously Dougie Lawton will look at himself and say, well, how come we're only 1-0 up? Because Widnes have looked the better side in the first half. They've had 3 or 4 chances and probably might rule the day that they've not put them chances away. But I think that Graham Lowe will have to start saying to his half-backs, start moving that ball out wide, otherwise we've got no chances.
Widnes signed him from Warrington. Mackenzie. That was a good ball, but that was a good tackle. Good Widnes forward play this. Mike O'Neill. Oh, well picked up by Sorensen for such a big man. This is tremendous forward play. He's got a fire loose. Oh, and a knock-on. Well, it looked a knock-on, but it's still going off fire. A beautiful ball to Richard Ayres. And it's still going to Mike O'Neill, but he's in touch. Well, what a juggling act that was by the Widnes side. We must have had a dozen passes strung together there. And no try in the end, but there looks to be a penalty on the cards. Referee Jim Mills having a word with Steve O'Neill.
Well, I don't know about you, Ray, but I think this was a try here. I think he flicked the ball back long before he went into touch. Now just watch O'Neill here. To me, that looked a try. There'll be some talking point about that one.
Widnes still hanging on to that 1-0 lead. Just 15 minutes gone in this second half. 1-0 for Widnes. And could this 1 point be enough to see them through to the semi-finals?
They say strange things happen in rugby league, Ray, but I think this would be a strange thing if this score stood.
Well, it was only 2 points last time we were here, Alex, wasn't it?
Yes, that is correct, and you know, I think Widnes coach Doug Lawton would definitely settle for a 1-0. It is only 1-0 to Widnes, and it's been a very, very good game, and if Widnes just take the chances, it could have been a lot more.
Oh, that's a good ball. Richard Ayres coming more and more into the game now. Derek Pike. Richard Ayres now, he's got the chance for the line. Yes! No, he's on his back. He's on his back. All credit to referee Jim Smith. Richard Ayres looked to be over, but tremendous refereeing position there, taken up by Jim Smith. He was on the spot.
Well, I would like to say that, Rabe, and I think Mr. Smith's going to look at this tonight and said, please God, don't let me be wrong again, because look, does his weight take him over or what? It's very close.
Well, it certainly did look exceptionally close, Ollie, didn't it? It looked as if he was almost down there.
Yes, it does, and put that together with Mike O'Neill's effort, and Widnes will not be very, very happy at this moment in time.
Wigan looking to move this ball. Ryan Case, Shelford. Edwards. That's a good ball. It's a good way. But there's no way through on these outsides. Time and time again, we've seen Wigan in trouble here. The sixth tackle coming up. Oh, that's a knock-on. Well, terrible problem there for poor John Myler. Difficult ball to take, and just look at David Hume there. He's only a youngster, but he knows what should be done. Having a word of consolation.
Well, I think John Myler absolutely wished the ground could open up and swallow him. He did this exactly the same last week, and it cost him the game. Is it going to happen again?
Gregory to Hampson. Here's a good chance to Tony Iro. He's got it in the corner, and he is in at the corner. Well, poor John Myler, the knock-on gave Wigan the chance from the scrum, and might well Sean Edwards rush across there as captain. A very, very relieved man. I was saying that if you can't put the chances away in this game of rugby league, very often the sport goes against you. And relief from that Wigan crowd.
Well, I don't think they should hug him here. Beautiful ball of Stevie Hampson here, and a lovely ball to Ido. He has to score this. It's a good try, and just shows you, you miss him at the other end, you put him down right there.
A far cry from the great days of Jim Sullivan when he used to kick for them. So, no goal, 4 points to 1 then for Wigan. 60 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go, and everything to play for yet. You still get the feeling that Widnes, the pace in their midfield could still cause problems. But one chance to Wigan. Wigan have taken it, and they're in the lead. Tony Iro. Jed Byrne. Wigan now coming back. Brian Case. This is good stuff. Oh, the beautiful double from Case now then. It's a race between these two men. The second row, Kurt Sorensen just had the legs on the prop. But Wigan now with the pressure. Potter. Shelford. Good long pass to Goodway. Just less than 5 minutes to go. And what a match for this 18,000 crowd here, absorbing, spectacular at times, but I'm sure all 18,000 and they've been kept interested. That's a good ball from Edwards. Oh, the beautiful double from Hampson. He must be in. He is. That must be the killer punch of my man of the match. Stevie Hampson coming in again on that left wing. The last time it was his pass that did it. This time it's his dummy that's done it. And despite Widnes pulverising that Wigan line for an hour, having all the chances, Wigan have had two and taken two.
Well, would you believe it? They'll make this little guy, Stevie Hampson, the man of Wigan tonight. A beautiful dummy, slips inside, some very, very poor tackling, but what a good try.
And of course, with less than 4 minutes left and the scoreline of 8 points to 1, the vital 6-point difference there. And this kick really doesn't matter. And a different kicker, Kevin Iro this time. And Wigan really are in difficulties with the kickers. He's only kicked 1 goal this season. As I said earlier, Joe Lydon and Stevenson, the usual kickers for Wigan. It's a far cry from the days when the great kicker Jim Sullivan here kicked 22 goals against Flimby and Fothergill in the Challenge Cup all those years ago. But this attempt does waste time. just over 2 minutes left. Oh, and it's a good effort. It's a magnificent effort. Well, I'll take back every word I said. He'd only kicked 1 goal this season. There's his second. And what a goal. Kevin Iro, 10 points to 1. And surely Wigan are going to progress now to the semi-final. Hampson again. Oh, and he still manages to beat the man.
Well, Ray, I can say one thing, that I did, he's one of the few kids that I did sign at Wigan, and it makes you pleased when you see a little lad like him winning the man of the match, and not only winning it because he's played well.
Well, we're into injury time. There's a bit of a problem. The little lads are coming onto the field. Has the hooter gone? Yes, it's gone. Wigan are through. Surprisingly, Wigan, they haven't beaten Widnes for over 42 years in a Challenge Cup tie. The last time they did, they went on to the Cup final, well, in 1946. But at least at 10 points to 1, they're in the semi-final.